Another midweek analysis video brought to you by Learnity. So starting with the United States dollar index, we can see that if we go into the weekly time frame, we have been on a bullish trend, right? We have been seeing weekly candles create engulfing bullish candles, and over here we have a weekly fair value gap. All right, we have a weekly fair value gap of which price has already tapped into. All right, now if we go into the daily time frame, we see that after price tapped into that weekly fair value gap, we are seeing a rejection from that area. So since we are seeing a rejection from this area, it could potentially mean that we might resume the uptrend looking for buy side liquidity. So we have this buy side liquidity here, which could be our next target. All right, and we have seen one daily bullish candle over here after we saw this indecisive candlestick. Over here we have a bullish close. All right, so if we go into the 4-hour time frame right now, we can see that we are retracing into an area of mitigation over here, right? And if we see any reaction on the lower time frame like the 15 minutes or the 30 minutes, it would mean that we can now start looking for what buy side liquidity. Now with this in mind, it means that if we are trading Euro USD and GBP USD, we should be looking for shorts. All right, so if we are looking for a reaction from this area, it means that we are looking for shorts on Euro USD to go down into 1.3250. all right, so that would be a level I'll be looking for, but first we need to take out this sell side liquidity pool. All right, so the reason we are looking for shorts on Euro USD is because we know that Euro USD is the inverse of DXY, right? So if DXY is going up, Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, and NZD USD should be going down. And then on USD JPY, we should be looking for bullish momentum. All right, so if we go into the weekly time frame of USD JPY, we can see clearly that price tapped into this fair value gap over here. All right, and then if we go into the lower time frame on the daily charts, we can see how price is actually moving upward, and this is very clear, right? So if we go into the 4-hour time frame, what we are just waiting for is a reaction to see price take out this high. Right, so USD JPY looks very interesting. So we can see that it has dropped down into this previous area here, which we can use to as a mitigation block or an order block. And then if we go into the 15 minutes time frame, we can see a rejection from this area. So taking a trade on USD JPY would really make sense, looking for 1.628 as the first exit, and then we can look for subsequent exit above 1.628 at around 1.63 or 1.632. So this is my framework for this week and the trades I'll be looking at this week. So if you're going to be trading alongside this narrative and this idea, make sure you always stick to your appropriate risk management sizes and make sure you do not over leverage on your trading account. Until I come away again next time, remember to always trade well and trade safe.